But inward is basically horse stance, outward you're doing what would be called twisted stance. And we're using those with foot switching. Generally, the way that I think of foot switching is whichever foot is nearest to the person, could be either one, or is engaged with the person, is the one I lead with first. And the reason is because I'm thinking of sweeping. Basically this motion or this motion. So if Matt's over here, I'm going to use my right leg. I'm pulling that one back. Matt's over here, I'm going to pull this one. If another person is over here, I would start with that one. Because it's about evading their sweep or their press or countering their step to put myself into another position. So that's the basic premise. 2 sweeps are back and forward. I actually use sidestepping for this, but you usually get into position as it's kind of a 2-part motion. When we're using this, he's going to attack you. I'm going to enter in off, but this would be a number 1 foot entry using the rock to parry. His counter is to do the turnout wanka, and then he can either push on me, hit me, elbow me, knee me, whatever. Okay, my goal here is to land and swoop. The way you do that is by flexing your toe upward to give your ankle structure. I want to try to get so that I'm controlling his body, shearing. It's a shearing theory where you split the plane. Because if I don't, he's just going to move out. So I always have to think in terms of shearing. Do the inside is the same process. Flexing the toe. The sweep is slightly different because of how the foot rotates on him. Taking this to a drill, which is what we did today. Actually, I'll do the other sweep too. So if I take this and I step behind, I'm going to plant just like I do walking, heel down, toe down. So if I'm going backwards, my toe goes down first, press, then I can sweep with it. There's a lot more to that, but that's the basic premise. Then we turn this into a drill, basically. So you start off one-sided, keep these. He's going to feel that, he's going to move. I'm going to counter his movement, move step away. Just for the practice. And so on. And you can jump and twist and all that stuff that we've already covered. Then you get into counter positioning, which is what Matt actually started with. When we go through, I come in, he counter positions, I counter position. Go ahead. You notice that I'm doing very small movements that, because I see what he's doing, that I can try to get the advantage almost immediately by his switch. For example, yeah, so he's in, when he switches, go ahead, I jammed up his switch, so I actually took the lead. I'm already in a better position, right? Just by moving slightly towards him. Switch. Right, see those little things, just putting my heel up. He's coming into this this position here, so I just put my heel up and drive it back just enough to stymie his forward motion, so that when I plant, I have enough angle to resist his entry. So that's a basic deal. There's a lot of subtle stuff in there. Spend about 200 hours doing